Hello, pocket knife community, knife lovers, knife enthusiasts, interested viewers. Folder here. I purchased this PM3 some time ago. I'm not gonna say from where; it's not necessary. And this is the first and only PM3 that I own. I don't even, I never really was interested in the PM3 for some reason. I'm like, I don't know. The difference between the PM2 and the PM3 was so minor that I just never got into the PM3. But technically, after thinking about it, like the things that I looked at were at the reasons why I didn't get a PM3 because I already had the PM2 were the very reasons I should have got the PM3. PM3 is just a shrunk down PM2. It's not, the dimensions are exactly the same. They just shortened it. It's the same width, and the blade's a little shorter, so it has a more robust tip. So there are advantages to having a PM3, So that was my ignorance, and that's one of the reasons why I went out and got it. This PM3 happens to be a CPM S110V, so that was the reason I got this 110. I mean, I wasn't going to get, I wanted something special. If I was going to get a PM3, I wanted something special. Anyway, long story short, it's full titanium S110. And, after having it for a while, whatever, I noticed blade play. I noticed blade play, like just a little bit of blade. And no matter how tight you tighten this, it doesn't go away. I said, you know what, one day I'll address it. The other day I was watching a video, and I'm really sorry, I can't remember the guy's vlog on YouTube, and he was complaining about his full titanium PM3 with blade play. So I said, wow. And he actually, well, he fixed it, or he kind of fixed it. What he did was he actually changed the scales from full titanium to micarta, and the way he put it was because the micarta has some give, and when you tighten it, it allowed for that cushion to really just sort of stabilize the blade. So whereas like these screws are at their tightest. You can't tighten this anymore. Why is there so much play in there? This 10? What is this? Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't tighten this anymore. So there's not like yeah, that's full tight. Full. So there's nothing you can do to add, sometimes with the titanium, I don't know, I guess just the way it, yeah, nah, see, there's still blade play. Yeah. So I'm gonna do something to see if I can get rid of this blade play. I'm gonna use nylon in here, and I know that would change the whole way the knife works. It'll take away the fidget factor, but I'm gonna see if it works. And yeah, just to see if there's a solution for people who have titanium, who don't care about the fidget factor of their knife. They don't care. They're not using it as a fidget toy. They're more or less really using it as a tool for cutting. Like this PM3, I don't care about this thing being fidgetable. I don't care about, I mean, I got enough fidget toys, What is going on here? Oh. Yeah. I got enough fidget toys in my collection that I don't need, I don't need another one. But in S110V, very, very high edge retentive steel, this is a good tool. So let's see if we can fix this problem. Where there's this, no matter how tight this is, you got blade play here. All right, let's keep working. Yeah, so I mean, technically the way I the conclusion that I came to with this was, you know what? It's got a little blade play, so what? That gonna fit? Yeah, it will. Okay. So I have, yeah, I have some nylon washers here. So I'm gonna go nylon on this. I'm gonna go nylon on this particular knife. And, you know, and once I replace it with nylon, we'll see how the action is. And if it fixes it, you know, then it just becomes a tool, not a fidget toy anymore. But at least you don't have blade play. At least you have a decent working tool. Because evidently the titanium, the tolerances are just, you know, it's just, they're at their tightest. There's no more tightening of the screw, and it still has play. So anyway, all right, let me continue. Okay, so I took the clip side off and took the nylon, the phosphor bronze washer out and put in this nylon washer and tightened it. Remember, on the PM2's and the PM3's, the D, which is the locking in the middle, the D is on the clip on the clip side. It's the opposite of the Manix 2. The D on the Manix 2 is on the show side. So that's just, you know, that's where it locks in. It has that flat spot on this thing where it locks in. So yeah, so I'm just doing this thing in steps so that my that my video isn't obnoxiously long. You know, I don't really like videos that long. I kind of fast forward through them sometimes, so I know people fast forward through mine. So but yeah, so I got to this point. So all right, let me keep going. Almost forgot to put the washer in there. Don't want to do that. Alright, so we're using nylon in here now to see if we can take away to see if we can take away that that proverbial blade play that has plagued PM3 users that have full titanium. Yeah, not really sure why it's I heard it from a few people in the past that, you know, yeah, for some reason the PM3's, you know, once you go full titanium, I don't know, there's something that's forgiving with the G10 and the G10 and the micarta. It's something that's forgiving, whereas with the yeah, there's something with the so I think that I don't want to make it too tight. Okay, I'm gonna stop this until I okay guys, so you're not gonna believe what happened off camera. I actually cut the camera back on because I wanted to show this, but I was tightening the rear screw on the PM3, right? I was tightening the rear screw and it snapped. So these are cosmetic titanium screws. They're anodized blue titanium screws that was put on this knife. Let me tell you right now, I was not cranking on that thing that hard. I tightened the back screw and it just broke. I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah. The head of it just snapped right off. I don't know. That's a little cheesy to me. So I have some PM2, PM3 hardware that I'm gonna use for this knife. The OEM. This actually might not even be OEM. It might not be. So yeah, I'm gonna change that out. So that's why I'm back. I'm not back to square one, but I'm almost at square one. All right, let me finish. Okay, all right. So here we are. I had to change out the rear mounting screw on because I snapped I snapped one of them, the heads off of it. I really did not think I was cranking that thing that hard. I really didn't think so. I mean, but evidently, there's a little bit too much torque on it, and it broke. So just keep in mind, it is a pocket knife. It's not like you're cranking on a car part. But it seems like and everything has a torque spec. All right, there's a torque specification for everything, and I guess that screw, met its limit. For now, I'm not going to worry about it. I can easily order hardware for this knife. The PM2 and the PM3 are literally the two most, for parts, for aftermarket parts and stuff. This is it's the infinite sea of it. Yeah, so I'm back together. It looks like my blade is centered. Yeah, I took off the phosphor bronze washers and they don't really look bad, honestly. You can just take some, you can take some sandpaper and just kind of sand these things smooth and reuse them. I actually hang on to them. I never throw these things away. You never know, in another knife you might need them. I ordered these nylons some time ago. I can't remember the vendor. Yeah, I'll post it. No, but either way, they match. They match the pivot exactly, as you can see. So yeah. No, I changed it out on this, and look. I mean, I tell you, let's see if it. Okay, so we still got some play. Let's see if we can take it out. I would imagine that the fidget factor is going to just go away. Okay, so it's not drop shutty, right? It's not dropping shut, and there's no play. So let's get the first back off. We backed off to there, and there is play, and it's dropping. So, yeah. Play is gone. It's not dropping. Play is gone. Doesn't drop. Yeah, so listen, did I take out conclusion. Did I take out the blade play in the PM3 titanium? Yes. There is no blade play. But you can right now, did we make any progress? Actually, we did, because before, when I had the phosphor bronze washers on, this was tightened to the point you couldn't tighten it anymore. Either side, full tight, right? Full tight, and there still was blade play. Now I still have room to tighten this if I want to. I don't have to tighten it any, but the blade play is gone, and it releases. So it's essentially just like a normal. Yeah, it's essentially like a normal knife. There's a little bit of fidget factor there, and honestly, the nylons will break in a little better to allow for some movement. So actually, you know what? I take that back. I actually fixed it. That actually fixes your problem. So If you have a PM3 with titanium scales and the scales are full tight and there's still blade play, if you replace the phosphor bronze washes with nylons, yes, you lose a little bit of fidget factor. What else do we lose with nylons over phosphor bronze? Nylons aren't as durable, right? Phosphor bronze wash is gonna last forever. Nylon, I guess, eventually will just wear, right? I mean, I think it'll take a long time to wear, but they'll eventually just wear. But they're cheap. They're cheap. You know how many of these things I have? It's gonna be a lot of years before this thing wears out, right? So yeah. It actually fixed the problem. The knife is, whoa, see that? See, I reverse flick these things terrible, man. My reverse flick on these small knives are just absolutely horrible. But anyway, yeah, it fixed the problem. There is no blade play. It feels bank vault lock up. You know, I had to sacrifice one of my screws, but small price to pay. Now I have a PM3 with full titanium scales with no blade play and room to tighten the screw if you need to. You can tighten it more. And a it looks centered to me, a fully centered blade. Oh, I'm not mad at all. All right. All right, guys. That's all I got.